I'm working on the grain train. Yeah, grain transport. This is the grain transport category. Some of you are going to see the semi here and go, "Hey, why isn't this in the semi category?" It's not in the semi category because it really didn't like it, but it works. Really, is the only thing that I found that works well, other than the some of the Americanized stuff with this particular pack of things, which starts here and goes to that little container stapler. What do we have? We have the AgriLiner SMK34 along with its dolly. We have the container transport pack with the 2 container trailers, the 2 containers, the Actros truck, and the container stapler. We've got the Fliegel. We've got the Furman. We've got the J&M gravity wagons, because there's 2 more over here of various different colors. You can choose a color that suits your farm. We've got the cane pack here. And then we have the road train trailers from the road train pack. Hey, okay, so who is our mod of the year? Oh, man. This one is actually tougher than you would think because these all do a very good job with one exception, and that one exception really is I think the container pack is a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. Though, if you can find a good use for it or you're really proficient with the container stapler, it is a good pack. I'm going to give mod of the year, though, to the cane trailers. They're just, I mean, it's 3 trailers and they do a very good job. The half pipe trailer, which is this trailer here, actually has an additional piece that goes on top of it. You've seen it in my Let's Play. All 3 of them do a good job. They're relatively inexpensive. I think my second place would actually go to this Furman down here, which also does a fantastic job. It's a little bit high for a lot of the smaller harvesters you might have. Fliegel would be 3rd place. 4th place would probably be this SMK, though it would be a tied 4th place with the gravity wagons. 5th place would be the road train, and then this would be last place here. Just because I think the complication of the container pack is just a little bit more than you might need at any particular time. So there you go. From season 4, the cane trailers are my mod of the year. The second place was the Furman, which is also from season 4. 3rd place was the Fliegel from season 3. What was that? 1, 2, 3. So 4th place. Yeah, the tied 4th place. From season 3, the SMK 34, and from season 4, the J&M gravity wagons. 5th from season 4, the road train trailers, and last place from season 1, the container transport pack. That is how you transport your grain. In my opinion, your best bet, your mod of the year, that would be back there, the cane trailer pack. We'll be back with a little bit less grain in our teeth. What happens when your load is full? Well, you just overload. Here we go. We've got overloaders. And this is actually 2 categories in one. I'm going to give mod of the year for root vegetable overloader to the Ropa Big Bear. It really is in a class by itself because it is the only fully functioning root crop overloader. And it actually looks like it is with the conveyor belts and all that thing. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And it gets mod of the year for sure. Grain overloaders. We've got the AgriLiner by Kroger. It is very simple, easy, good looking overloader. We have the Perard Interbend 25. Very well modeled overloader. Then we have the Kins pack. You guys keep killing me for the way I pronounce it, but too bad. That's the way it goes. They come with tracks, with inflated tires, and with row crop tires. Coolio. All right, who gets the mod of the year? It goes to the Perard. It's just, I mean, the modeling on this thing is just ridiculously gorgeous. You can almost read its serial number. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of equipment. I mean, we got bolts on here. I mean, the only thing they could have done is shown like a stripped bolt. I mean, really. Second is going to go to the Keen's pack because it really gives you a nice selection of just about anything you need. Yeah. We'll give the second place to the Keen's pack. Though there is no slouch here with the Agroliner is still an excellent overloader. I think they all would do the job for you, but I just like the Modlina, the Perard, more than all of the others. And then our mod of the year for root crop overloaders is the Ropa Big Bear. So there you go. I don't think you can go wrong if you need to overload your load with the Perard or the Ropa. We'll be back with a little bit less load in our mods. For my own sanity's sake, I did not buy the implements for these particular mods. These are our contenders for mod of the year in the category of harvesters. We've got the Cat Lexion pack, which is these two Cat Lexions. We've got the 770. Yes, this is the 770. The Class 770 TerraTrack. We have the 780 TerraTrack. And then we have the Neva, which is a build your own harvester type thing. Different fronts, different backs. Makes the harvester for you. Where do we think about these for our mod of the year? Well, I'm going to give it to the 780. Is that right? No, it's not. You would think I would go with the 780, right? The 780 is a really nice piece of equipment. I'm actually going to go with the 770. It's slightly smaller. I say I don't always go for the largest thing. I actually am going to give it to the 770 for one major reason, and that is English. I know that the 780 is in German, and I could translate it. But it's 770 is just easier. Quite honestly, when it comes down to it, though, I will say that these guys all faced a pretty heavy contention from the case harvesters. Some of you hate the case harvesters, but I will say the 770, 780, both of them are very, very good. I just like the 770 simply for the fact that I actually understand what the help file is telling me to do. And the difference between the 770 and 780 is almost zero. There's almost no difference between the two of them. So 770 is mod of the year. 780 is second place by a hair's whisker. Third place is actually going to be the Neva Build Your Harvester kit over there on the left. The reason the Neva wins out over the Cat is those cats are ridiculous fuel guzzlers. Oh my goodness, they almost bankrupted me in Kansas just on fuel alone. So yeah, there you go. 770, though you really can't go wrong with the 780 to be honest. And truth be told, you can't go wrong with the case IHs that are in the titanium pack. So there you go. Mod of the year, by my opinion, Class Lexion 770 TerraTrack. Sometimes you just gotta forage. This is the foraging category. Our mod of the year contenders are the Forscrit with its various implements here. It is the Kid Double Chop Forest Harvester, and then the Crone Easy Flow Ahead. Some of you are going, what? This isn't a titanium pack. What are you doing? Well, originally, way back in Season 2, this was not in the game, and this was a mod prior to it showing up in the game. The Kid Forage Harvester is from Season 1. Pretty sure. And the Forscrit is from Season 3, I believe. Without any compunction or any sort of abbreviation or beating around the bush, the Kid wins mod of the year. I mean, good grief. I use it constantly. I love it. It works. It works beautifully. It's cheap. It's inexpensive. That's the same word, but just said differently. It works, and I'm happy with it. Second place goes to the Forscrit. It really... it's cheaper than the new one in the titanium pack, the new in-game one, but the new in-game one is better. So I just used a Kid, saved my money, skip the Forscrit, go to the new one. They now have it in the game, so there's no reason for it. So mod of the year, Kid Double Chop Forage Harvester. I think we can agree on that one. I hope we can agree on that one out of these three. We'll be back when I'm done foraging for more mods. When you got to pick it up and put it down, you need yourself a good front loader. We got several. We have from Season 3, the Bobcat S160. From Season 1, the Cat 966H. From Season 3, the Cat 980H. Yes. From Season 3, also the Manitou telehandler. From Season 4, the John Deere 6150R. From Season 2, was it 2? I think it was 2. Yes, it was 2. The 230, the case 230 CVX. Okay, so first let me address an issue with the case. If you didn't hear me before, the case 230 CVX actually does have a problem when you get the front loader piece attached to it. It gets all bound up in the wheels, and the front 3-point gets stuff bound up in the wheels, and it's just a disaster, and it actually should never have gotten the award, and that's why I started playing with these things more off screen so that I could address these that season. All right. Who gets our mod of the year? Because there certainly won't be that bleeding case. Who gets our mod of the year out of these guys? Get the case out of the picture completely. There. Mod of the year goes to the Cat 980H. These two, whether articulated or all-wheel steering, add so much more capacity with 25,000 liter buckets than you get from the Lizard with its 10,000 liter bucket. And they are modeled to be bigger. That 966H has a 100,000 liter bucket because I still have the V1. The V2 had 50,000 liter bucket. Yeah, wrong size. So mod of the year goes to the 980H. Second place goes to the John Deere 6150R with its front loader. That actually is a really nice mod. Third place, kind of a tie between the Manitou and the Bobcat. The Bobcat ticks me off because I keep getting sheep wool stuck to my pallet forks and I can't get it off. But that's a different problem altogether. And then we have the 966H, which I wouldn't even bother with. And the case, I wouldn't even bother with that mess either. So there you go. Mod of the year, the Cat 980H. We'll be back after I put down these mods from our bucket. When you're tired of walking, it's time for a runabout. We have several here. It seems like we don't have as many, but we do have several. From Season 1, I'm almost sure it was Season 1, is the Ford F350 V1. It's this guy over here. From Season... Actually, I think that was probably Season 2. Because Season 3, we have Unimog. You're like, wait, Dare, you already did a Unimog. Yeah, but back then this was the Unimog, and it was in Runabout. And it might have been Season 2. Yeah, it definitely would have been Season 2. Season 3, we had the two Ford F350s. They weren't technically shown as awards. They were more mentioned based on the fact that that F350 was already an award, but I wanted to bring them out anyway to tell you, yes, I do really have both of them. This was actually our Season 3 award, which is the Jeep Wrangler, and our Season 4 award was this motorcycle with sidecar and trailer. Who gets Mod of the Year? Do you really have to ask me? Seriously. It's the motorcycle. We already know that. The question is, who gets second place? That's really the big thing. Who gets second place? Here's my deal with the Fords. That one is probably right-sized, despite me complaining about it being undersized. Undersized compared to your person, but it is right-sized compared to the in-game equipment. These ones are oversized compared to the in-game equipment. You park them next to a combine and they're way too big. So they are not getting second place. The actual second place is going to go to the Jeep Wrangler. It's a fine, firm little vehicle. It stays on the ground, doesn't flip around, doesn't goof around, doesn't do anything like that. It's a decent little runabout. Third we'll give to the Unimog, and then fourth goes to the F350s. We'll say both of them. But really, nobody can go hold a candle to this little motorcycle. It is the most awesome little toy ever created. And it's also very cheap, which is where it really, really shines compared to something like the Wrangler. So your Mod of the Year, if you need a runabout, go get the Planeta. It's not going to do you too wrong. You'll probably crash, but that's all the fun about it. All right. So I'll jump on my bike and buzz on over to the next mod. Time for some classics. I'm not going to sing anything. It's just classic tractors. We've got from, I don't even know what seasons. Let's see. This is definitely season 3. This is the Case Comfort King pack. This is season 2, I believe. The Farmall 560s. The Ford Forces, they also came out of season 3. This is the, I don't even know what this is. What is this thing? I don't know. Whatever. It came out of season 1. How's that? Massey Ferguson 3080. That came out of season 2. This is the Renault. It came out of season 4, as did the IH86s and the IH3588. All right. What is that thing? It's pretty bad when you can't remember the tractor, right? Kirovitz. That's whatever. Okay, Kirovitz. That's a Kirovitz. What do we think for a mod of the year? Oh my goodness, there's so much going on here. We've got, Comfort Kings that have stuff. Weight on the front. Umbrella over your head. Double wheels. We have the Farmalls, which are just fun little tractors with some really nice detailing in that engine area. We've got the Ford Forces, which give you a whole line of tractors. We got the Kirovitz, which will haul anything you throw at it. We have the 3080, which is just a fun little tractor. We have the Renault, which is a great little all-arounder and little tractor that could. We have the IHs, which give you another nice line of tractors of both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and they can have twin rear wheels. And we've got the 3588, which can have a whole set of wheels, and it's just a fun tractor with this neat little nose on it. Makes it very difficult. Very difficult. I'm going to say that the Massey is not going to make it to Mod of the Year. It's not quite there. It's almost there. The engines on the Farmall 560s just annoy me after a very short amount of time, so they're not going to make it. We're going to do this by removing mods that aren't going to make Mod of the Year, is what it's going to be. When it comes down to it, Mod of the Year is really about not necessarily the best mod in terms of features, but the best mod in terms of functionality it adds. And it brings us down to really three tractors. Okay, brings us down to 3 tractors. That IH3588, the Kirovitz, and the Renault. Because the Renault is just a little tractor that could. Now, the Renault is going to drop out because it's got cultivating wheels standard. So it's the Kirovitz and the IH. That's a strange one, isn't it? The Kirovitz. Giant monster tractor with plenty of pulling power, and the IH, which is a good tractor with a good amount of pulling power. Crazily enough, Mod of the Year is going to the IH3588. It is a very good little tractor. It's going to do a lot. It doesn't exactly work with Courseplay very well. Just be aware of that. Kirovitz gets second place, obviously. Third place, because it made it into the top 3, is the Renault, because it's the little tractor that could. Fourth place, probably going to go to the IH pack back there, the IH86s. They're going to share fourth place, actually, with the Ford Forces, because they're a very good pack as well. Fifth place, going to go to the Comfort Kings, and sixth place is shared with the Massey and the Farmall 560s. There you go. For classic tractors, IH3588, Kirovitz, or Renault are the top choices. Mod of the Year is the 3588 IH3588. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's that thing right there with the long nose. All right. We'll put the classics away and go get some modern equipment. Wow. That is a lot of green, isn't it? It's almost like I planted trees here in the forest, in the parking lot. I was gonna say the forest. Yeah, that's exactly where I plant my trees, in the forest. All right, we have one heck of a selection of modern tractors. All right, from season 1, we have the New Holland 8970. From season 2, we have the Case 175 CVX. From season 3, we have the T7550, the T7.210, the Fendt, whatever this thing is, 936, as well as the, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It's going to be down here at the end. Yeah. The 6170R and the 6210R. I think that's from season 3. That might have been from season 4. And then all the rest of these John Deeres are from season 4. Yeah, you'd think, wow, you've got a tough job, don't you? No, I don't really have a tough job. Not here, not this time. It's really easy. The 2 John Deeres, the 6L and 9L or 6L, 7L, whatever, that I keep screwing it up. The Google Doc that is at the bottom of this particular episode, yeah, it's got the mod of the years on there. It's got both of these numbered as correctly and as mod of the year. They are the mod of the year. The tractors are phenomenal. You know, the small stuff like opening the bonnet and the shuttle control for driving the things is just wonderful, beautifully modeled. Second place is actually a tough one here. I think the second place is really going to go to the... So let me point out that this T7750 and this CVX175, they are identical in most respects. They are actually made by the same mod author. So I'm going to kind of consider them as one in the same. They both cultivate with their wheels, by the way. Just be aware of that. And actually, I'm going to give them second place. Together, those two get second place. Yank the cultivating off, and they're even better. Third place, I think we'll give to the 6s, the 6R pack down here. These two 6s. They can have third place. Fourth place is going to go to this T7.210. Fifth is definitely going to go to this guy here. It is a decent tractor. I've used it a lot, but it lacks a lot of the extras that these other guys have. The Fendt is going to take last, and the reason the Fendt takes last, because this might surprise some of you, actually it's overspeeded. It just goes a little bit too fast. It flops a little bit too much. And the extra things that you're supposed to download to get it to work properly, you see how the lights are flashing? They're flashing because I didn't get a certain mod that goes along with this tractor. They actually cause other problems for other mods. And it also, if you're using the more realistic mod, you cannot use this Fendt. It does not work. It will cause massive problems. So, yeah, just be aware of that. I don't know the status of these other John Deeres with the more realistic mod, but yeah, it suffices to say you probably need to check just to be sure. I'm just opening these up like a used car salesman. But there you go. Used car salesman right there. Yeah, you're probably going to want to check. Also, be aware that these John Deeres are very heavy on your computer. If you do not have a good, strong computer, especially if you're playing multiplayer, you will have problems because they do call a lot of scripts. The two second place ones, the Case and the New Holland second place, they also call a lot of scripts, so be aware of them as well. But they are beautiful machines. Mod of the year definitely goes to the 2 John Deere packs because you really can't pull them apart. This kind of mod work, by the way, is what I want to see more and more. It's just beautiful and well done. Sure, there's problems. There's always problems, but there you go. All right, so that is mod of the year for the modern tractors. I am not going to bring all the mods of the year back on here because actually I can't remember them all right now, and I didn't write them all down right now. But there is a Google document, as I mentioned, that lists all the mods of the year. They are what I consider to be the best of the best. It does not mean I will be using them in my plays. I often choose stuff for specific reasons in my Let's Play. But if you're looking to make the farm of the best mods that I think I have seen, these are the mods of the year. Hopefully, Farming Simulator 2015 comes out here late 2014, and mod authors are able to access a lot more things and create a lot more stuff like these John Deeres that are just phenomenal. All right, until next time, when we will go back to season 5 of our mod spotlights and see what we can dig up as we proceed through 2014 with Farming Simulator 2013 mod spotlights. This has been DerTebbers. This has been your mod of the year show. Till next time, happy farming.